Welcome to Bespoke Blogs. This blog is about individuals' security on the web. Social media are a wellspring of correspondence between the information proprietor, information generator, and watchers, end clients, for online interchanges that make virtual networks utilizing on the online social network. An social network is a social diagram that addresses a relationship among users, associations, and their social activities. These users, associations, gatherings, and so forth, are the hubs, and the connections between the clients, associations, bunches are the edges of the chart. An OSN is an online stage utilized by end users to make informal communities or associations with others that have comparable perspectives, interests, exercises, and additionally genuine associations. Countless various sorts of social networking services are accessible in the current online space. Coming up next are a portion of the regular highlights in informal communication locales. All current online social networking services are electronic, utilizing an internet association. Contents are put away on distributed storage through an incorporated admittance the board framework. These content can be gotten to from any place utilizing an internet association and internet browsers. OSN users need to make a public profile for informal community destinations according to their predefined design. This profile data is essentially utilized for the validation interaction to sign into the social networking sites. Practically all social networking sites administrations work with users in fostering their social relations with different users by associating a user's profile with others having comparable profile data. One fascinating component of the current OSNs is that content on these destinations are client-produced, while OSNs utilize these substance for business purposes. Protection has various implications in various circumstances, and the force of security relies on the setting of shared content. Experts clarified a definitive worth of the information, be ensured to shield the logical respectability of the online common information. Data accumulated from online media for investigation designs is by and large accidental and regularly unimportant. In any case, it very well might be identified with the private exercises of an individual, for instance, religion or political affiliations. The primary focal point of this blog is to bring up that protection and security issues identified with OSN, and teach common users on the most proficient method to shield themselves from these security and protection issues. Security is the privilege of somebody to remain quiet about data or possibly share it just with significant individuals. Privacy preservation and protection terms are utilized to get private data far from superfluous clients. The term privacy preservation is utilized in circumstances when private information are given over to some other gathering. An OSN for this situation needs to distribute and surrender this information to any outsider for examination or business purposes. In any case, at the equivalent, the OSN wishes to keep up the security of its clients. For this situation, the OSN applies anonymization strategies to save client security. The subsequent term is the privacy protection, and it is utilized in circumstances when the end user even doesn't have any desire to impart their information to the OSN users. Security strategies are utilized to ensure the protection of users. Focus is on protection, and yet the security strategies that are utilized to ensure user security, so security and protection terms are utilized all through the article. Protection and security threats in OSNs. Client-created content via online media may incorporate clients' encounters, feelings, and information. Moreover, it might likewise incorporate private information, for instance, name, area, and private photographs. Online shared data is electronically put away and is in this manner lasting, replicable, and reshareable. OSN clients for the most part face the difficulties of dealing with their social personality while trading off their social security. The prevalence of online media is to such an extent that overall dynamic users of web-based media are relied upon to stretch around 2.95 billion by 2021, which is around 33% of the world's whole populace. Considering this worldwide number of users, security is one of the self-evident and basic issues with respect to OSNs. Different security issues are encouraged as a result of OSNs, like observation, in which the social circle of OSNs changes to a business circle and OSN specialist oversee client activities for market influence access control. Standard OSNs share users' very own information with outsiders for promotion purposes that might be abused. In like manner, OSN clients leave computerized engraves when they peruse OSN destinations, and subsequently are focused as information hotspots for business uses and client profiling. Social networking tools have changed the manner in which we collaborate in our own and expert lives. Despite the fact that they assume a huge part in our social and business lives, simultaneously they achieve high threats concerning protection and security. As countless users use OSNs consistently. In light of the great utilization of web-based media, online users have been presented to protection and security dangers. These threats can be classified into exemplary and present-day threats. Exemplary threats are online threats that make OSN clients powerless, yet in addition other online users who don't utilize any OSN. The second sort of threats is present-day threats, which are identified with OSN clients simply because of the OSN foundation that can bargain user protection and security. Exemplary threats. Exemplary threats have been an issue since the time the improvement of the Internet. These threats are spam, malware, phishing, or cross-site prearranging, XSS, assaults. In spite of the fact that researchers and ventures have tended to these threats in the past with the creation of OSNs, they can spread in another way and more rapidly than any other time in recent memory. Exemplary threats are utilized to remove the individual data of clients, which are shared through an OSN, not exclusively to assault the objective clients yet in addition their friends by changing the danger to correspond to users' private ascribes. Modern threats. These threats are regularly identified with OSNs. Typically, the focal point of present-day threats is to acquire the private data of clients and their companions. For instance, an aggressor wishes to think about a user's present business data. On the off chance that clients have their security setting on their Facebook account as open, they can be effortlessly seen. Be that as it may, assuming they have the altered security setting, it is distinguishable to their companions as it were. In the present circumstance, the aggressor can make a Facebook profile and send a companion solicitation to focused users. Endless supply of the companionship demand, subtleties are unveiled to the aggressor. Essentially, the gatecrasher can utilize an induction assault to gather users' very own data from their companion's openly accessible substance. Suggestions. OSNs have various protection and security issues, however different security difficulties can be overwhelmed by utilizing careful steps. An aggressor abuses security and protection issues in OSNs because of the carelessness of users. The content shared by OSN clients with their companions may go to some unacceptable hands, either in a similar arrangement or in an alternate setting. Also, content that are shared can be converged with other public datasets, utilizing re-identification strategies where a profile might be reproduced that can additionally unveil individual security. The bleeding-edge protection against such security threats is given through the security settings that are constrained by OSNs. Notwithstanding, the adequacy of these security settings isn't adequate, on the grounds that it is planned as a concurrence with its users to gather more data from them instead of ensuring their protection. Coming up next are our proposals for the assurance of client substance and the security from unapproved access. Privacy settings. To maintain tweaked security settings and exploit the security insurance strategies given by their OSNs. Additionally, clients are encouraged to as often as possible amend their security settings, on the grounds that different OSNs change their protection settings after each update. personal information. Once content are shared through any outsider, there is no assurance that these content would be private any longer. In this manner, users are needed to try not to share superfluous private information on OSNs. Location information. Users are prescribed to not unveil their area data through OSNs to be protected from these expected aggressors. Antivirus and anti-spyware. Malware is any kind of malignant programming used to disturb user activities, wrongfully assemble delicate data, acquire unapproved admittance to private information, or bother users through undesirable promoting pop-ups. OSN users are prescribed to introduce antivirus and anti-spyware programming on their PCs or cell phones to counter these kinds of malware and spyware. Third-party applications. These applications lead to various protection and security issues on the grounds that their code is facilitated outside the OSN and client controls. Consequently, they are needed to uninstall outsider applications to ensure their data that can go into some unacceptable hands. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Do leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Please reach us at contact@thebespokediaries.com, or you can visit our website www.thebespokediaries.com.